The Landman Season 3 trailer didn't just drop, it detonated. And if you thought Tommy Norris had already been through hell, think again, because CTT is officially here, the release date has finally been revealed. And everything Tommy built with that $18 million check is about to be tested in ways none of us are ready for. This isn't just another chapter. This is the moment where every deal, every compromise, every punch thrown in Season 2 comes back to collect its debt. And trust me, after breaking down every frame of this trailer, there are clues hiding in plain sight that completely change how we should be looking at Season 3. So let's start with the big news. The Season 3 trailer confirms what we've all been waiting for. CTT Oil is no longer just an idea born out of desperation. It's real, it's active, and it's a threat. The release window has finally been revealed, and the message is clear. Season 3 is not about survival anymore. It's about war. The very first moments of the trailer set the tone immediately. There's no slow build-up, no gentle reintroduction. We're thrown straight into chaos. Sirens in the background, smoke rising into the sky, workers running. And in the middle of it all, Tommy Norris standing still, watching something burn. Not with panic, not with fear, but with that familiar calculating look in his eyes. The same look he had when Cammy fired him. The same look he had when Galino slid that $18 million check across the table. But this time, it feels different. Because now, it's his company on the line. CTT Oil Exploration and Cattle was supposed to be freedom. That was the whole point. After 2 seasons of building empires for other people, Tommy finally built something that belonged to him. Cooper as president, Rebecca as COO and chief counsel mate running the numbers, TL overseeing drilling, profit shares for the crew, everyone invested, everyone believing. It was messy, it was risky, but it was theirs. And Season 3 makes it painfully clear that ownership comes with a price. The trailer confirms that CTT is drilling fast and aggressively. New land, new equipment, new contracts. There's even a quick moment where Cooper is presenting something that looks like expansion plans, and for a second, you can see pride on Tommy's face. Real pride, not the strategic kind, the father kind. But pride is dangerous in this world, because the second CTT started pulling oil out of the ground, they stopped being underdogs, they became competition. And in the oil business, competition doesn't play fair. There's a line in the trailer, Tommy's voice, low and steady, saying, "When you build something from nothing, you better be ready to defend it." That line isn't just dramatic, it's a warning. Season 3 is about defense, about protecting what they built from people who think it never should have existed in the first place. And we all know who those people might be. Mtex is still out there. Cammy may have fired Tommy to clean up the company's image, but seeing CTT succeed? That's personal. There's a quick shot of Cammy in what looks like a boardroom, calm but tense, as someone off-screen mentions CTT's latest numbers. She doesn't look surprised. She looks irritated, calculating. Because here's the thing. Tommy didn't just leave Mtex, he proved he didn't need them. And companies like Mtex don't forgive that easily. But Mtex isn't the only player watching. The trailer also hints that larger corporations are circling. Companies that once turned Tommy down. Companies that didn't want to touch Cooper's land because of the legal mess. Now suddenly, CTT is operational, funded, producing. And that kind of turnaround doesn't go unnoticed. There's a brief exchange where Nate looks visibly stressed while reviewing financial documents, and the number $18 million flashes on screen again. Galino's money, the foundation of everything CTT is built on. The same money that felt like salvation in the finale of Season 2 now feels like a ticking clock, because investments like that don't come without expectations. And if CTT doesn't scale fast enough, if profits don't hit certain targets, if something goes wrong, that $18 million could turn from opportunity into leverage. The trailer doesn't show Galino directly in these opening moments, but you can feel his presence. Like a shadow just outside the frame, like a reminder that Tommy's independence was never completely clean. Then there's Cooper. Season 3 is not letting him off easy. There's a moment in the trailer where he's alone, staring at his hands again, the same haunted look from the end of Season 2. The charges may have been dropped. Rebecca may have shut the legal door, but internally, that door is wide open. Cooper is now president of CTT Oil. That's not symbolic. That's real responsibility. Employees reporting to him, investors expecting performance, and he's carrying the weight of having taken a life. One powerful shot shows him standing in front of a group of workers, trying to project confidence. His voice steady, his posture strong, but his eyes, they tell a different story. Doubt, guilt, pressure. And here's where it gets intense. Because leadership in this world isn't just about numbers and drilling sites. It's about stability. And if Cooper starts cracking under the weight of everything he's carrying, that instability could ripple through the entire company. Tommy knows it. You can see it in the way he watches his son in the trailer. Not as an employee, not as a business partner, but as a father who's starting to realize that the same industry that shaped him might be breaking his son. And that's where Season 3 shifts from business drama to something deeper. Because this time, it's not just about oil. The tension in the trailer ramps up almost immediately after we see Tommy and Cooper. There's no downtime, no chance to catch your breath. Explosions, fires, and twisted metal dominate the screen, and it's clear that CTT is under attack. Not just figuratively, but literally. Someone wants to take them down, and they're not sending a warning shot. They're going all in. That rig blowing up isn't just an accident, it's sabotage. And the timing, right after Tommy talks about protecting what they've built, is deliberate. Whoever did this knows that CTT isn't just a company, they're a statement, a challenge. And in the oil business, challenges are answered with fire, strategy, and sometimes outright violence. The trailer gives us just enough to realize that Tommy's past is catching up to him. Every deal, every compromise, every risky decision from Season 2 is coming home to roost. Galino's money, Mtex's loss, the legal battles, Cooper's actions, they're all connected. And Season 3 is about to pull all those threads tight until something snaps. There's no easy path forward for Tommy this time. He can't smooth talk his way past threats or fires. The trailer hints at meetings, confrontations, and standoffs that make it clear this isn't a business dispute anymore. It's war. And Tommy's not just fighting for profit. He's fighting for survival, for control, for the very identity of CTT Oil. Rebecca also dominates the trailer in ways that remind us how indispensable she is to this crew. Her face red with anger, pointing fingers, yelling at someone off-screen. It's one of those moments that tells you she's about to do something decisive, maybe even ruthless, to protect what CTT represents. She's the legal shield and the strategic brain of the operation, and when threats escalate, she's the first to respond and the last to back down. Her involvement here is crucial because it signals that the battles ahead aren't just physical or financial. They're legal, political, and psychological. Every explosion, every attempt to undermine CTT isn't just aimed at Tommy or Cooper, it's aimed at Rebecca's ability to keep the company standing. And judging by her expressions in the trailer, she isn't going to let anyone win without a fight. She's the silent weapon in this war, and Season 3 makes it clear that her intellect, her experience, and her loyalty will be tested more than ever. Every step the crew takes, every expansion, every drilling operation will be scrutinized, challenged, and threatened. And she's going to be in the middle of all of it, keeping the operation alive even as the world seems determined to destroy it. Then there's Nate. If anyone in CTT Oil is feeling the pressure, it's him. The trailer shows him hunched over papers, head in hands, the weight of the company literally pressing down on him. He's the one managing the finances, balancing profit and debt, and calculating risk in a way that none of the others have to. And in Season 3, Nate's role is even more precarious. That $18 million from Galino is both a lifeline and a leash. Every dollar spent, every project started, every deal signed comes with strings attached, and Nate sees it all. He understands that one misstep could tip the company into collapse. The trailer hints that corporate players outside CTT are circling, possibly trying to exploit his access and knowledge. Nate's loyalty is clear, but Season 3 is setting him up with choices that could fracture the team if he's not careful. Watching him process the financial pressure, the potential threats from competitors, and the moral implications of working for someone like Galino adds another layer of suspense. It's a reminder that CTT isn't just surviving against external threats, it's surviving against the weight of its own ambitions, the fragility of human limits, and the consequences of decisions that were made to build this company from nothing. TL2 becomes a critical pillar of the narrative. He's the operational backbone, the man who knows drilling, rigs, and the dangers of the field better than anyone. The trailer shows him surveying the horizon, smoke rising in the distance, his expression a mixture of resignation and determination. TL has seen disasters before, but the sense that nothing is safe anymore adds a layer of existential dread to his character. The trailer hints that he may be on site during that massive explosion, which will test not only his technical skills, but also his ability to manage fear, chaos, and a crew that is already on edge. His moments with the workers, trying to calm their panic and reassure them that the operation will continue, remind us that leadership in CTT isn't just a matter of strategy. It's about keeping people alive, motivated and united when the world seems set on tearing them apart. TL embodies the hands-on, practical side of the company, and his presence signals that while Tommy handles deals, Cooper grapples with responsibility, Rebecca handles threats, and Nate manages money. TL keeps the heart of the operation beating even under extreme pressure. Finally, the trailer teases personal stakes that are as intense as the professional ones. Tommy's relationship with Angela, unresolved and tense, is now under a new light. Owning CTT means his personal wealth is tied to a company potentially worth millions, and that changes everything in a divorce context. Angela's lawyers, circling like predators, adds a legal thriller edge to the story, ensuring that Tommy's battles are to oil fields and boardrooms. They're in the courts, in private negotiations, and potentially in the very homes of those he cares about. And for Cooper, the trauma of his past actions and the pressure of stepping into leadership create an emotional storm that mirrors the chaos outside. Season 3 is framing CTT not just as a company, but as a crucible. Every character's limits will be tested, morally, physically, and emotionally. Every relationship will be strained. Every decision weighted with consequences, and every success could carry the seeds of disaster. The trailer doesn't give answers, it plants tension, suspense, and anticipation at every frame. And with the release date now confirmed, viewers are about to experience a season where CTT Oil isn't just a business, it's a battleground, and every character is a soldier in a war that's only just beginning. The stakes have never been higher, and one thing is certain, Tommy Norris and his crew are in for the fight of their lives. Season 3 isn't just coming, it's here, it's intense, and it's about to change everything.